Good day, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here today in Tallinn on the Tallinn Digital Summit, and where many important topics connecting technology and democracy are discussed and will be discussed until the end of the conference. Here, I believe roadmaps will be set to ensure resilient and open societies that respond quickly and efficiently to changes and challenges. I would like to thank personally to Prime Minister Kallas for the invitation and as well to the organizers. My address here comes after the close cooperation that North Macedonia has with Estonia, especially in the field of digitalization, from which we expect many more projects for greater and better access to services and solutions for our citizens. I'm here first of all to talk about the achievements, challenges and the future steps of my country, North Macedonia, a country that has been working on digitalization for 30 years, practically from the first day of our independence in 1991. We are a small country, still a bit bigger than Estonia, and we are front runners in the region in the segment of telecommunications and connectivity. Very soon after our independence, a telecommunications plan for digitalization of the infrastructure was implemented, which made us practically the first country in the region to rapidly replace analog systems with digital systems and accomplish the reality of the digital vision. 30 years ago, we as a country initiated and built the digital Trans-Balkan line in cooperation with the telecommunication operators in Turkey, Bulgaria, Albania and Italy, and ensured diversification in communication connectivity east-west, opening the door for wide cooperation of economies and interconnection of the citizens. This has set the country's determination to build a complete digital infrastructure for telecommunication connectivity. And it didn't stop there. All the modern technologies that became a prerequisite for the development of the economy followed, such as the introduction of mobile telephony, GSM technology, the development of digital data communication systems, and more sophisticated service architectures. We supported the determination to build fiber to the home, and we are leaders in the introduction of 5G technology to the market in the region. This created the infrastructure for digital connections that offers new opportunities for the development of services and functionalities that provide big benefits for citizens, but also for the development of the society and democracy. It is also very important for the region that by taking the obligation from the Western Balkans Digital Summit in 2018, together with the countries in the region, we eliminated the roaming costs for our citizens, taking a step forward in approaching the European Union. Our commitment to ensure digital transformation of the society and the approximation of European standards is huge and visible. In North Macedonia, currently, 83% of the households have access to broadband internet, and 91% of the companies use different technology as well as broadband internet. The use of e-services needs active and intensive engagement in order to ensure European levels as soon as possible, and we have set this as a priority in the digital transformation plan called the Digital Era, as well as in the National Broadband Plan, which should eliminate so-called white zones and to provide ultra-fast internet to those families who need it, since the country already has a full-fledged fiber backbone in the country and most of the territory is covered with fiber to the home. At the same time, digital transformation is an introduction and basis for the development of several fields such as cybersecurity, but also the use of artificial intelligence as a future operational model for faster and more efficient services for the citizens. This year, we introduced the first artificial intelligence assistant that provides assistance to companies when applying for government support. Only in the first 48 hours of its operation, the digital assistant called ADA served over 1,300 citizens, which only gives us an insight into the possibilities and the need for developments of this kind of tools based on artificial intelligence and high-tech technologies. In this regard, I would like to mention that our government is in the process of establishing a digitization agency whose task will primarily be to consolidate efforts for a fast and efficient digital transformation and will be dedicated to the 4 pillars: cybersecurity, IT infrastructure, software solution, as well as a focus on the academic part and the necessary trainings. Thus, this type of agency can consolidate the IT human resources, which at this time a scarce resource due to their big demand on the market. This idea, which has been around for a long time, to my satisfaction, is finally in a phase of implementation. Dear gentlemen, dear ladies, digitalization as a process is a feature of democratic, open and transparent societies. It's not just providing a better and faster services for the citizens, it is also affecting the reduction of corruption, which plays a serious role in the context of continuing our European integration and commitment to strengthening the rule of law, thus helping improving our society. And for all these processes, I believe that support from the countries like Estonia will be of high importance. Partnerships in the sense of key to overcoming challenges, and joint work is the basis for the achievement of shared common goals, provision of open, transparent and accountable institutions that provide citizens with better quality services and thus protection of democracy. We have clear examples of what digitalization has done in Estonia and what the benefit is for its citizens. We use the knowledge and experience and will continue to use them for the future processes. Digitalization and the Estonian and the Baltic countries' experiences are our tools that will ensure accelerated step on our EU membership path and implementation of the electronic services for the citizens. For example, in the Justice and Fundamental Rights chapter of the European accession, I am convinced that the process which we started, the digitalization of courtrooms and prosecutions, will help reform the judiciary, reduce corruption, and improve the rule of law. Or in the chapters of freedom of movement of goods and workers, it will provide opportunities that now restrict our citizens from participating in the single market. Digitalization is our strongest tool for accelerating our accession to the European Union and is therefore our focus and high on the government's agenda. We must also jointly pay attention to all the new technologies, blockchain, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things, that have serious potential but also present a challenge, especially in this time of war, when our country, particularly the Western Balkan countries, are target of constant hybrid and cyber attacks. The government of North Macedonia is actively working to adapt our cybersecurity laws to the European standards, and it is working closely with our NATO partners at the operational level to strengthen the resilience of our society and institutions. I am convinced that these two in combination excel faster the digital implementation as well as the security that goes hand in hand with it. These challenges we face today are the basis for our focus in the future. Challenges are the ones that make us think faster and deeper and find solutions that ensure development and progress. Such a clear example was the accelerated digitalization that happened to the world due to the pandemic. We have learned a lot from it, and now we need to implement that knowledge. Priorities have been set, including digitalization, in order to ensure, above all, sustainable development in many segments, such as health, education, industry, and infrastructure. They will have a positive impact on business and the economy, on the improvement of social and gender equality, and the strengthening of the institutions. In this direction, the opportunities offered by the 5G technology in the field of crisis management and ensuring resilience in this regard is also a fertile field for work. I also expect that digitalization will enable the use of tools and technologies that will address many issues related to the environment protection. I can confirm this considering the fact that at the height of the economic and energy crisis, North Macedonia made huge progress in the use of energy from renewable sources, which practically made the country the hub of green energy in the region. But what I personally believe deserves the most attention in developing capacities of the IT sector and encouraging young people to see and find their future in this segment at home in North Macedonia. Even today, we have an excellent retention of IT personnel in the country who come from the educational institutions because the conditions for them at home with the salaries in the IT sector provide them with an excellent payroll and also ensuring contribution and development of the Macedonian economy. From this aspect, North Macedonia is an excellent destination for digital nomads, and the experiences on the topic are extremely positive, confirmed by many companies outsourcing their businesses to North Macedonia, but also Macedonian companies working for blue chip companies outside of the country. I can confirm that this government is heavily committed to the full digitalization of the public services. A big number of public services are currently digitalized through the e-services portal of the government. We are actively working on increasing the volume of available services with the aim of full digitalization. We certainly do this in a two-fold way. On one hand, we increase the capacity of institutions to provide electronic services, and on the other, we increase digital literacy of our citizens. All this proves that the digital age does not happen overnight. As I said at the beginning, our commitment dates back to 1991. Today, we can rightfully say that we have all the conditions for digital transformation. We have the network, we have the systems, and with a sure step, without delays before we implement all processes and approach European values and way of life. That is why we believe that membership in the EU by 2030 is an achievable and realistic goal. I would like to end my address here with the following. A few days ago, at the beginning of the school year, I followed Prime Minister Kallas used a wonderful thought by Lincoln. The best way to predict your future is to create it. And that is the precise definition and basis of what we do together as societies. With joint effort, we are building an open, resilient, safe, democratic society, a Europe in which future generations will have equal access to the internet access, equal access to technologies, and those opportunities for personal and economic development using technology for good and progress. I would like to thank you for your attention. I would like to thank the organizers for this great summit and to wish a successful continuation of the summit. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. And I cannot help but agree with you that digitalization should not be the end goal in itself. Digitalization is means to make things happen more efficiently. For now, let me allow to invite the next keynote on stage.